let's take a look at an application, the single whip from the Michuan system, the Yang family style. So single whip, right? Actually start from here, bringing the hands and the foot, dropping the hand, turn to the side, drop the elbows, punch, shift, and then we draw across the chest, drop down, step out, and push. And that's single whip in Michuan style. So let's take a look at what the applications are for, or what we're actually doing in this. Now, my lovely assistant. So the idea, thank you, the idea behind single whip is that if somebody is basically coming at you, and at this point we're gonna go for a chest punch, it can also be a grab, right? So basically when the fist is around here, single whip on this side is first a deflection, and then a yank, and then a punch to the face. So one thing, first of all, because this is important for all Tai Chi applications, if I were to just stand here and you try to do that, and I resist, it's not gonna, and try to do the yank on it, it's not gonna work. So all Tai Chi applications start with this kind of yin aspect, which is, it's my movement here, which is then drawn in, and because I'm drawn, now the yank to the side works. So it's always gonna rely on that sensitivity, which is what push hand is all about, training that sensitivity for that catch, and then this would be a punch to the face or wherever it is. So that's single whip in that sense. And you can see, like, if I go for a grab here, part of the idea is that this hand is holding my hand against her chest so that I can't move, because otherwise this deflection would just push my arm out of the way. So this is a lock. And that's where now I don't have the strength to resist this. This is using the hip, not the arm, to do this. That's why you're sitting down, using the hip to turn. That's what yanks me here. Now I'm in a vulnerable position, and this becomes punch to the face. Perfect. Now there's another thing. When we do the single whip, there's that turn of the foot. That turn of the foot is because if I'm here and I step in, this becomes a foot lock, because that turning of the foot breaks my stance on that front foot, so that now this is even easier to yank and then exactly, right? So that's single whip. It's this wrapping motion around an extended arm. If you can, there's that nice foot lock where just sitting on the knee breaks my stance, makes me even more vulnerable, makes it even easier to break and yank and then boom, push. Exactly, right? So that's single whip on this side. On the other side, right, basically we're here, and we have, so if this is a grab also here, so the elbow goes up, and so make sure this is yank down and then push or punch to the face or whatever is, right? Because if I'm here, this is yank, boom. So that's the other half of single whip. Notice also we keep the elbow nice and high, because the idea is that you're going to wrap this elbow over the arm, right? Because if you come in with the elbow too low, then there's nothing there. So it's that rolling. So that second half is pretty simple. The crucial idea, though, is that essentially you're doing the same thing on either side. It looks different because on this side, you're dealing with a hand that's on the inside of your body. So in order to yank me to the side, right, you have to go to the horizontal. On this side is what you do if the attack is on the outside of the body. And so the expression looks different, but you're actually doing exactly the same thing, which is a rollback. So this is right. So this is the escape, then a yank, and then a push. On this side, I'm on the inside of the body, roll back, yank, push. You're doing the exact same thing, but we see this actually as it emerges out of push hands, where the situation dictates what exactly you're doing. So if we were to actually do just push hand position, if we're here, if my push is on the outside, there's no way for you to kind of grab my hand and push it. So the only thing you can do is find the elbow, my elbow, it's a push. In this position, going sideways doesn't work. So you have to use your hips and go downwards. But if I'm on the inside and you're here, going downwards doesn't work, so you have to go sideways. So you change the direction of the yank, and you change what part of the arm you're using to hook into my elbow, right? But it's actually the exact same thing. You're just kind of, it's what we see in push hands, where you just throw the arm up and you just kind of find the hook, find the place where you can find an edge, usually it's the elbow or the wrist, where you can apply pressure and have control. What part of the body you use to do that doesn't matter, is going to change depending on the situation. So this is what we see with single whip. It's essentially the same move on either side, but it's showing you if you have a hand on the inside, you're going to make a hook and pull to the side. If the hand is on the outside of the body, you use your elbow and go down and then punch. But if you break it down in terms of the core 8 components, it's roll back, yank, push. Just the expression of it looks very different every single time. So if we do it one last time to really show. So if this is a punch or a grab, yank, and then punch. On the other side, which is essentially the same thing, if my hand is on the outside of the body, so elbow, boom, punch. Same thing, the body is different, but the qualities of energy are exactly the same. So that's single whip. Thank you.